Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Dr. Eric Branda, Director of Research Audiology at Signia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, give us some background about Signia before we talk about the newest high-tech hearing solutions that you have.
So Signia is a hearing aid manufacturer. It was formerly the company Siemens, and through different transitions, the company is Signia, and we do a lot of different types of hearing aids, a lot of innovations with wireless technologies and with different form factors of design in hearing aids.
What are some of the latest developments that you've come up with there at Signia?
So some of the latest developments really go in how to make the hearing aids sound just better. Because if we think about all the different listening environments we're in, it's a lot of demands for the hearing aid to work automatically. The hearing aid has to look at the situation and try to provide the best sound quality for that. And traditionally, products have looked at, is this a speech situation, speech and noise, speech and quiet, music, kind of bucketing the situations. With the latest technology we're having in the Experience platform, we can actually look at these environments and take in multiple acoustic cues in there, as well as using a motion sensor to determine if the wearer is moving or stationary. That way we can find the best settings for not only the acoustic situation, but how the hearing aid wearer is involved in that situation, just provide the best listening opportunities for them.
And mobile devices are playing a big role here too now. Tell me about that.
Mobile devices are huge because if we think about how important it is to be in touch with everyone, have contact communication using our phones and mobile devices, what we want to do is, since a lot of that is very auditory and we're going to listen to phone calls, listen to our music, now the hearing aids will pair with the phones. We can stream music or calls from the phone to the hearing aids, so the hearing aid wearer can still hear it through their prescribed hearing aid settings, so they can get the best sound quality listening to their streamed devices that are, again, paired with their hearing aid.
One of the challenges for a long time has been to get all of this technology into such a small package, I guess we could say, that it's not terribly noticeable for the wearer. Tell us about the progress there, and there seems to be more technology you have to include.
Every generation is always a challenge because we need to fit more in there and still make the hearing aid smaller. So size and discretion is always important, and we're always looking at how much more processing we can get in there. We've got one of our chips, we have 3 different antennas that we work in with there. We have an antenna that will be used for working with streaming with the phone. We have a separate antenna for the hearing aids to easily talk to each other. And then we look at other antennas to maybe work with rechargeability or maybe with a T-coil. So we do a lot of different ways to make the hearing aid as versatile and put it in the smallest package we can, and just to make it easy to wear and maintain discretion. Or on the other hand, there's some that we don't want to be discreet. We still want them to be small, but we want to have a stylish appearance to them. Our Stiletto Connect has something that is very attractive to the eye. My niece is 12 years old, and she challenges that her hearing aids, Stiletto, are cooler looking than her cousin's popular earbuds.
Interesting. So they have to come in a variety of sizes and capabilities, I suppose. Tell us about the importance of having this professionally done, because there are a lot of aftermarket type of hearing assist devices out there today.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of changes coming with aftermarket, and it is important to have a hearing care professional involved with the fitting, because you want to have an accurate fitting. Everybody's hearing loss can be different. It's not just a matter of, say, turning down the volume or turning up the volume, but it's actually, think about an equalizer on a stereo with the bass and the treble, and most hearing loss is going to be different parts of that treble, different areas to different degrees. So it's not one size fits all. It's really, what are the specifics of your individual hearing loss? A hearing care professional is going to test this and diagnose this and find the best settings for you. And also, it is part of your health. So if you make this part of your annual evaluation, it could be indicators of different things that may be happening with your health. There may be other things that just getting a jump on a hearing loss can have other benefits to you. We've actually seen some studies showing that if we look at some of the cognitive decline people have in their later years, that when they have a hearing loss and have put on a hearing aid, we actually see a decrease in that decline, or like I say, a decline in the decline. So getting involved with the hearing care professional and when needed, getting amplification is just a really great way to maintain our overall health.
And has battery technology come a ways in helping people get through the day and more?
Battery technology has had a lot of changes in the past decade, and more so even in the past few years, because rechargeability has been around for a little while, and some of those were exchangeable batteries, but now we're getting into a lot of lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. So now if you have somebody who has dexterity issues and can't change a small battery, all they need to do is take the hearing aid, put it in a simple charger, and it's ready to go the next day and give them a full day's use. So we want to make it as easy for someone to operate the device and make sure they get the usability out of it they need. And again, all in that small package that we need to maintain.
Tell us about some of the latest models and features.
For Signia, we have the Experience platform is our latest model, and we have it in a lithium-ion rechargeable, a very discreet size. And as I had mentioned before, it's really that great sound quality in any different environment, but also what we want to do to help make it easier to adjust and wear hearing aids. Because think about it, somebody's had a hearing loss, and usually it takes about 7 years before someone does something about their hearing loss. And now we've given them all this sound and differences. We want to make it as natural as possible. And one of the key aspects of natural sound is how we perceive our own voice. When somebody talks into a microphone, they notice their voice will sound different when it's amplified. So if you start hearing your voice amplified, it will sound a little different. We have a very unique technology that will detect the wearer's voice when they speak and actually change what the hearing aid's doing only when they're speaking. And then when they're not speaking, then it amplifies the environment as they need to hear it for their hearing loss. So it can actually differentiate what's going on. And we also want to look at some of the most difficult listening situations. For people with normal hearing, if you go into a noisy environment, noise is tough. Especially the louder it gets, you're leaning into people, you're depending on what you can make out of their lips with what you're hearing. It gets really hard. And for somebody with hearing loss, it's even more difficult. With the hearing aid technology we have now, because they can talk to each other, the hearing aids can actually focus very distinctly on someone right in front of you to let you hear them and really suppress other noise around you. We've actually seen some data showing that in some of these different challenging noisy environments, the hearing aid technology with these directional microphones can help the hearing aid wearer perform better in that noisy situation than someone with normal hearing. And I think that's so important because noise is the most difficult listening situation for a hearing aid wearer.
Difficult situation for anybody, I think, right?
Yes.
So tell us where people can go for more information about this.
We have a lot of information on our website. It's signiausa.com, and it can really help explain different things about hearing and what the most current technologies are doing.
Dr. Eric Branda, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C. Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C. Crane.